For all of the backlash this show is taking, I was expecting something unwatchable. Instead, I was pulled into the world of Lord of the Rings and am being genuinely entertained. I wonder how many people who rooted for this show to be bad watched it and felt trapped by their prejudice. So I've never actually seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies all the way through, despite owning the extended versions of the main trilogy for years at one point. I know. I've seen bits and pieces of those films and none of the Hobbit films. I also haven't read the books, just so you understand I'm coming into this series with limited experience within the world of the Lord of the Rings. That being said, these first 2 episodes worked for me. We were taken to different places within the world and introduced to different groups of people and cultures. We met what is assumed to be our main characters for this story and some secondary characters as well. They were all fine. It normally takes me time to warm up to the characters, so not being overly invested immediately is par for the course. Not having any knowledge of a lot of the lore of this world did leave me with interesting questions. Like, if Galadriel had not leapt off her ship, could she have come back from where it was taking her? Who is the stranger? And why do relationships between elves and humans end in disaster? Why does it seem forbidden? There haven't been any sticking points that made me feel like the show is doing something wrong, or like it has failed in some major way. From the opening scene, you can tell the money was spent. The CG looks good, the world lived in, the monsters and/or non-humans visuals are well crafted. Watching this show immediately compares it in my mind to other stories being told in the medieval fantasy genre. At least series come to mind that I've watched recently. Obviously, comparisons to Game of Thrones' House of the Dragon were there before the show even premiered. Unfair to say the least. House of the Dragon is on a whole other playing field. When Game of Thrones is operating at its peak level, no other show on television can compare. So are we just not to watch anything else? Turn our televisions off when Thrones isn't on it? Nah, we just lower our expectations a bit. Given time, the Rings of Power could be on the same level as The Witcher or The Wheel of Time. This is much closer to where the show is going to be, at least from where I sit after the first 2 episodes. To be fair, The Rings of Power by the end of the season will likely be a better show than The Wheel of Time, so there's that. So I'm in on The Rings of Power as we currently stand 2 episodes in. We'll see how things go. 8 episodes go by quickly, and for a show as expensive as this one, we should be blown away with excitement by the finale. Here's hoping.